You come out, you sing songs to push him because people go and listen to you. And you're going to push him and we want Serpino to register now to become the prime minister now. And guess what now? Social media must run that over the place.
It hurt Master Mark too. It burned him.
Come on, on a point of order, madam.
My speaker.
No, on a point of order, madam. Shut your mouth and let me talk.
I have learned from Sir P that the biggest cause of the high crime rate in Jamaica is not poverty. It's culture and mindset. However, that culture and mindset is supported by an antiquated judicial system that needs reform. It is a system that has become ineffective, inefficient, and literally it is totally redundant. It is the system that is designed by the colonial government and maintains the interest of a few.
All laws for modern crimes, it can't fit. It's like you're using an old key to trying to fit into a modern lock. The system has a gatekeeper called the Senate, unelected body, that basically is maintain the status quo for the elite class. In many ways, the laws are also set up with loopholes in them that the big fish with the good lawyers can slip through those cracks. That is why Kartel, your case, is at the Privy Council, because the lawyers know about the holes in the legal system. And even PJ Patterson talk about the holes in the law that basically will make the case become irrelevant and thrown out. So the whole system needs a complete overhaul. The Senate body, although it has black people and it doesn't mean it represents us. As the saying goes, not every skin folk is kinfolk. Not everybody has the same color is for you. I have learned over the years that during even the colonial period, the plantation owner would hire the overseer. And many overseers were black. And they would do more damage to their own people to maintain their position. If master would say, I'm broke, the slave would say, we broke. And if you look at many organizations today, like World Bank and IMF, they have many heads in there are black. And those people will charge higher interest rate from poorer countries, black countries, than that they would do with the richer countries. So not every skin folk is kinfolk. So the Senate we have in Jamaica, although it has black people, they're just gatekeepers for the elites. Laws that they find that is not relevant to their interests in our past. So the whole system need reform. The whole judges corrupt thing, when you look at the Klansman case with Judge Sykes, one judge preside over so many, it don't make no sense. It cannot work. This is why if you look at Nayib Bukele in El Salvador, Nayib Bukele said, no, we're going to get rid of the whole judicial system. We're going to get rid of the corrupt judges to build the countries, because guess what now? You have to build a proper foundation in the judicial system for you to have a country that works. And the laws must be applicable. You can't give people slap on wrist and put them back on road again. They will commit more crime. People cannot call from prisons and make hits. It can't work. So even although that kind of efficiency might work for the average man, we can put hits from people from prison, it's not helping the overall system, because many of you artists travel the world and you see how people live in Japan, Singapore, all over the world. People live in good countries. And why we can't have that for Jamaica? Let me talk people. Why we can't have that for Jamaica? Seriously. Why man have to live free? Why are artists have to wonder, okay, well, if nobody go rob him? No, we must have a good country. And to get there, we have to reform the whole judicial system. Yeah, real talk up in there, so me all lose all my vice.
I have no problem with a man if he want chop. Yeah. Because them chop us during slavery. Yeah.
Sir P, to highlight the crimes that perpetrated by the man in the street and gangs, it is good. But also, it gets comments, likes and subscription, and it gets a feed. But does that really change or reform the antiquated judicial system that is the causality of most of the crimes? To change the system, what is needed is new leadership in the political space. New leadership like Nayib Bukele from El Salvador, who became president and reformed the entire judicial system. So yes, it is important to highlight the crime from the man in the street and the gangs. But if we don't get leadership in the political space, then it will not be reformed. We see the present government in the JLP, supported by the PMP, giving SOE, state of emergency, and we realize that the crime is still out of control. So definitely, without a doubt, we need a new political party and a new leader that can transform and reform the entire judicial system. That is how you make lasting and effective change.
Yeah, boy.
With a high crime/murder rate in Jamaica, how can the DPP office be effective? How can one DPP preside over so many murders and crime? No, you need about 5 of them. You need a more efficient DPP office. Because whether you like it or not, no matter how, I would say, righteous or good she'll be, or the office will be, it is prone to corruption. And you can buy out case. So the whole system need to be reformed.
Well, I have nothing to say because as part of the team.
Paula Lewin, my sister, I believe this is the most important case. I think it is the most important case, most popular case you presided over in the past, I would say maybe 20 years. This case might be a swan song because this is a big failure, because what happened is that you allowed the case to continue and the defense attorney took advantage of the loophole in the system. And without a doubt, for our own self-interest and pride and ego, I don't think you want to go out in the sunset with this kind of case that means that more likely you're going to have to free Kartel. I believe in the last chapter of your book, you want to leave on a high note to say, tell you what, you've done well, and quite frankly, you retried the case and Kartel is locked away. But is that really helping the system? Let's look at it. Although you want to write your last chapter, although you want to go off in the sunset, but when you leave, the whole antiquated, irrelevant judicial system still going to be there, and Jamaica crime rate still going to go up. This is why I said, I believe Kartel ought to be free. Because when he's free, it will show the inefficiency in the system. So you will also expose the system and let the people of Jamaica and the world know that this is where the major problem lies, in reforming Jamaica and make it a safer society for all. So guess what now? Sometimes we have to step down for us to rise bigger. Jamaica needs a leader with integrity, a leader who has balls, and a leader who has vision. And trust me, I'm not the leader. Me just run off my mouth. Why? In my younger days, I definitely wanted to come back to Jamaica and make a change. But as I get older, I don't want to. I just want to make videos and give people advice. I want to play my golf and travel the world and enjoy life. There come a point in life that you find new passions. But still, because I'm a humanitarian, I still want to see the best for Jamaica. And I believe we need that kind of leader. So this is why I always draw reference to Nayib Bukele in El Salvador. Yes, he was a mayor in one of the provinces, and he ran to become president. He didn't join the two ruling parties like the JLP or the PMP. He actually formed this new party. And guess what? You see, the 70% are the silent majority in Jamaica. They're the one who stepped out and voted for him. And he got a landslide. Look at El Salvador. El Salvador had the highest murder rate per capita in the world. 40 people a day would get slapped away. Now, El Salvador is a model nation. The reason why I use El Salvador as the premise is that it was bloodless. He reformed the entire judicial system. He incarcerated gangs. He said, the hell with you, human rights and whatever. And the human rights body, they are creating more disaster because they have a lot of mouth for the police, but they can't talk about the gunman them who creating havoc because they know who is power. So basically, indirectly, they are contributing to the murder rate. But that's a different topic. So, if we get a leader with the integrity, the vision, and the BALLS balls to change Jamaica on the right path, Paula Lewin, you would jump in jubilation because guess what now? Now we have the right leader now to reform the system now, and you would have your best book ever sold because people would want to know the story prior to the transformation of our beautiful island. You get the gist? Yeah. I sound like a politician, you know. Yeah. But not a corrupt one. They say you can know a society by the leader it has. We see Singapore transform. We see Rwanda after a genocide 30 years ago, the 6th cleanest and safest country in the world. And we see many other countries that change and transform. It's all about the leader. Where there's no leader, there's no order. And with good leadership, society can be transformed. I've always looked around and said, where can we find this leader in Jamaica that can change it? The leader must have guts, machismo, vision, integrity, and must be strong because guess what? Jamaica are easy for change. We've seen that. And over the years and months, I've been listening to Sir P. And like I said before, Sir P, you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. But overall, you gave Jamaicans a better understanding of the system. And the more educated class of Jamaicans listen to you. We become highly informed in some of the nuances in Jamaica that we were not aware of. And we thank you for that. And Sir P, without a doubt, I believe you're the man who can lead Jamaica. I believe you should throw your hat in the ring to become the next Prime Minister. Jamaica needs change. Jamaica needs leadership. And you, without a doubt, fits that profile. I know you're a phantom at the moment. Nobody knows who you are. But being a phantom, it's good. But after a while, you will lose credibility. After a while, people will tune up because all they will realize that you're instigating violence, you're dropping stuffs, and it doesn't make any sense. You're not helping Jamaica. So I believe without a doubt, a man of your stature and intellect and experience need to lead Jamaica in the right direction. Kartel. I've said to you in one of my previous videos that my enemy of my enemy is my friend. Sir P opened up the vault. You reacted. Sir P grew strong. And Sir P has the last laugh. But that's not helping Jamaica. You incarcerated, not really helping Jamaica. So look how I believe it can work now. You see, Sir P opened up a lot. It affected you, it hurt you. But what we want to transform Jamaica. The whole system has failed you, it has failed me, it has failed most of us because it's an old colonial, modern plantation, antiquated system that does not help the average Jamaican. That's why so many of us have to migrate. It is not safe, it is not good, and we do not want to be there. So many of us live overseas and want to come back home. But Jamaica is run by a little mob of political elite who are the gatekeepers for the ruling class. So we're having a Haiti without the violence, or without the failed governments, or without the coups. And we don't want that. We want a better Jamaica. That is why I do not push wealth redistribution and I do not push revolution. We want to have a transformation in a bloodless form. We see it happen in Salvador and it can happen in Jamaica. Paula Lewin, don't let what I'm saying influence you. And I hope it would influence you. I believe, without a doubt, and sincerely, that Kartel needs to be free. Not because he's innocent, not because I have a bias, but because in Kartel I believe there's a lot of good that is still in him. And if he listens to these videos, he will understand them. Kartel, you have influence, you have power. And I believe your incarceration should reform you. And by touching road, and I said to all Kartel enemies, hands down. Hands down. Only don't hurt the man. Hands down. Me can't talk to all of them, but hands down. And if you touch back road, Kartel fly out and go cooler. That's what I tell you, the cooler. Because some people can't get the message and they want blood and it doesn't make no sense. And Kartel, when you touch road, as I said, bring the music and the lyrics to a higher plane. So you can inspire and become a legend like Bob Marley. Because it's dancehall music, they don't have a lifespan. I just feel the moment and them gone. They don't have no lifespan. And if you start to give the new knowledge now, the people will grab onto it and you'll become an icon because the people are thirsty for some conscious lyrics. Appear death and destruction them I hear. When you come out now and start rhyme lyrics now, and guess what now, Kartel? You're going to make lyrics now to push and big up Sir P. You get the gist now? You get the gist now. Your enemy is your friend because guess what now? We want Sir P to become the Prime Minister. Yeah. You see we're working now? You come out, you sing songs to push him because people go and listen to you. And you go and push him and we want Sir P now to register now to become the Prime Minister now. And guess what now? Social media must run that over the place. Bloggers must run that. Start a new party, Sir P, register a new party, get the license to register a new party now. And we the bloggers will push you, run it hot. Because the 30% we have vote for the government now, a complete waste of time that now got change Jamaica. And when you push him with the lyrics now, and Sir P register now, we push him as the bloggers now. And make Jamaica vote for a new leadership. So guess what now? You win, Sir P win, and the whole of Jamaica win. You get the idea now? So at that me want in this video. So when me say your enemy is a friend. So although Sir P expose you, don't draw for him blood. Don't get mad for him. Use it now as a motivation to push you higher. And Sir P now, you have been the phantom hiding behind the scenes. I don't think Jamaica will crucify you. Jamaica wants leadership. And you fit the right profile to lead Jamaica in the future. You fit that man to push Jamaica to where we need to go. Sir P, I respect you and I believe you have the unction to bring us there. Jamaica need change. Yeah. Sir P, VYBZ Kartel, and the rest of Jamaica. I don't believe at this point in time we need psychological games or views and subscribers. Jamaica murder rate has increased exponentially over the years. And we just talking, but nothing getting fixed. When is the bloodshed going to be over? We need a vision. We need leadership, and we need to put our money where our mouth is and find solutions to the problems. We don't need no more bloodshed. We don't need no more instigation, and we don't need the disrespect. We need leaders with vision. I believe, Kartel, you have a whole lot of good in you. And when I look back on the fact that you're incarcerated and Serpy dropping the files, but you're there, have to absorb all of the mental pressure that's on you. And yes, every now and then you lash out because you're only human and a brethren. You're only human, so I can't condemn you for that. It's hard to stay quiet when you can't defend yourself. But I have learned that when that level of power, you better go into the wall and go kick the wall and kick a boxing more than lash out. Because when you lash out now, you empower your enemies and your adversaries. So, as I wrap this video up, my brethren, Sir P, you have all what it takes to become the next Prime Minister in Jamaica. I would encourage you to think about it and throw your hat in the ring. Kartel, I pray Almighty God will give you the willpower to touch road so you can change Jamaica for the better. And I hope you and Serpy can collaborate with the green light from the DPP to make Jamaica a better country. We need leadership. We don't need division. As the Bible says, a nation or a people divided amongst themselves can never stand. We have been divided from colonialism, from slavery, from planter classism, and now we're divided by a politics. We need a better Jamaica. We need a better Jamaica for all of us. And I pray as I complete this video, you guys will sit back and think about what I said in this video. And as I conclude, I will leave you guys with this. When David was troubled with so many problems and he didn't know what to do, he wrote this, Psalms 23. He said, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You make me to lie down in green pastures. You lead me beside the still waters, you restore my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff would comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen." I do not know why I'm doing this series on Kartel, but one thing I can say, Kartel, it's time for you to rise again and touch road. And when you do so, give the God we serve all the glory and all the praise. To all the other prisoners who, yes, should be free like Kartel, yes, you should be, because the whole system needs reformation. But I believe if Kartel is free and set the standard to help to reform the system, then there can be changes for the other prisoners who are innocently convicted and imprisoned. On that note, to all my viewers and subscribers, I love all of you. Thank you. And may the great God we serve be with all of you. Peace and shalom, my brother. May God be with you.